You see the 1 city aka petrol boho. Now 1 city aka petrol boho. And the auto petrol now is saying, is it going to be more than before you were complaining? Into Mahmoud Bawumia and the clowns no, they are talking. Now yanko back na yanshe asemo na nkasamu. Na yama Ghana for mu enkwasiadia MPP ya. Nyansa your friend Nyansa rechichire mind because they could not do what the NDC they are doing now. No, they are trying to confuse everybody. Anytime say Ghana for aha no kra na yaka ye dwam obi ate ne ho ase. And 5 months ago now what the saying. And the petrol now what no. I did even 1 city account. Is it more than time and Ekufuado Bawumia more power na? Say more than that there then abine a boo. But the question here is sa sika ya abeka and the petrol hu 12. Me busa will say sa sika no edos chain time and Ekufuado ne Bawumia to swana. Me hu GPRT for mu Jimmy or say and the auto petrol saying 5 months ago auto petrol saying you people to shut up. Time your 2 petrol, your 3 petrol. So how long did it take you people to reduce your prices? When you did foolish politics no Ekufuado free power na a liter of fuel is 16 Ghana. In 5 months John Mahama movie about 12. We have always used debts to fight debts, and majority of the people who sit on radio and TV and talk to us say economists, you know, most of them are not intelligent enough to know say Saudi eka etuaka ultimin tuaka ni wieda. The MPP as a political party no omwe Jimmy omuni munyansa. You see, they have always played on the conscience of their followers because omumudu duono sa nipa dodo a omudi edien omudi MPP chino they don't read. Eye new edien levia eye NDC aban ediaba eye 1 city asa 1 city no ye de ba 2 petrol boss. So the question is simple. Petrol board now turn the same 5 months ago and then the petrol no turn the same. So aban the 1 city account one. The question here is it more than the now turn nana? A simple question because more than the now turn there. Then na ebia and then na aban obu and then na aban no ebona or share no aban no adada. If you run 1,000, I feel also about 10,000 so about 500. Now upkeep of the house no 200 they also one out here into the end of the month no utia 700, meaning you are saving 300 Ghana cedis. Obeka say if you run a boo and also Obeka say deal now the amount a good deal, and that is what we are looking at today. You see at the 1 city aka petrol boho. Now 1 city aka petrol boho, and the auto petrol now is saying, is it going to be more than before you were complaining? Into Mahmoud Bawumia and the clowns no, they are talking. Now, yanko back na yanshe asemo na nkasamu. Na yama Ghana for mu enkwasiadia MPP ya nyansa your friend Nyansa rechichire mind because they could not do what the NDC they are doing now. No, they are trying to confuse everybody. Anytime say Ghana for aha no kra na yaka ye dwam obi ate ne ho ase. Hwade. You see this Esla. Now Esla eye efutuo bi a John Mahama ne NDC omo ye den omo 2 year omo de to ho anaso omo bie ye 2015 na saa foto na dwuma gira nyina ne se saa foto no sika ye de begum no what it will do majority of it saa sika ne bebo ye nkania ho ban ye energy sector no eno na ye de bebo ho bra inti na eye foto a NDC aban 2015 omo bie ya omo di sika gum. Now in 2015 the NDC as a means of dealing with Ghana's escalating power generation debt came up with Esla. Now, the idea behind this levy was to use it to exclusively offset the energy sector debt. In the Esla na NDCB in 2015, na eye efotwa edawa ye di sika gum na sa sika no de ne ye say eka beda eye ye energy ana ye nkanea mu na ye ko eka na ye sa sika ni bi ne ye de akon. Iti idea ni ema John Mahama de Esla ba ni na say saa foto no sika ne ye di gum sika ne nya no petrol mu ni ade ade ne ye di gum a na say ye nkane asam ye konya problem na eka beda wa ne ye saa sika ni bi ne de ade ye de akon saka no. Inti that was the intention na etare kire ma NDC for John Mahama mo ebie Esla saa foto no. Now the Esla as of 2017 when the NDC left office for the NPP to take over was over 3 billion. In 2017, NDC free power, 2016, January 7th. Sika ekogumu na egum no. 2017, na sika dem over 3 billion cedis. So technically, The NPP government came to meet 3 billion na eda energy efutuo mu. Na esika eda wa enisi ede ensaka. Say yenyina mu nkania ho nsem, ye energy ho nsem, say esiji boka, say ye nkania ye pese ye plant foforo a ne akoyi sa sika ni bi. Na ye dey solve our problem. Into the job of ESLA was to take care of these issues. Iti John Mahama free power no sika or handing over the ma MPP na eda sa afutuo no na ye 3 billion Ghana cedis. Now, the NPP, instead of using the funds for its intended purpose, instead depleted the account, collateralizing the fund for further loans and using the remaining amount on things that are not related to energy. MPP ba power be sa 3 billion se na edawa John Mahama ne NDC abanja to wo sankenne e ka bedawa ye pesika e de ako energy ka no ye be wakɔ yibi no yom ye ne se omo baaye no saa sika no enom de omunsa bom omo de omunsa bom no afa nyoma ye mfa saa sika ne ye no eno na omo de saa sika ne ye na de na e yakra ne se omo betu sika no omo de sika no kosi awawa enti omo de ESLA fund no omo de kosi awawa enti sika bia na ebemu no na emba Ghana for ho na omo de saa sika na edemu no ene sika bia eba fund ni mu bia no na omo de si awawa enti 100 million toma na ekɔ say 50 million toma na ekɔ instead say saa foto no ko beje sika de gum na nka ada ho ne yade ako eye den eye eka ebeba energy sector no omo de si awawa enti sika bedempe na de akɔche into what they were doing is they were using the money to do their own things. And these are facts. Now I'm sure so I also follow facts now. In 2017, they showed the reason why in Tia, sir, one city way, every Ghanaian should support this government for it to last. And then a bit to me, Ghana, your energy sector. And anytime I start to me, I will say, and the men woka say petrol turn the same, and 5 months ago now turn the same, and the petrol now what turn I had even 1 city account. Is it more than time and ekufuado ba umiamo power na? Say more than that there, then a buying a boo. But the question here is, sa sika yadi abeka and the petrol a 12. Mibusa will say, sa sika no a dose chain time and ekufuado ne ba umiata swana. Mama show the NPP for catch time and omo power. Mijum and into one city way, it is something we are all supposed to embrace. Aban way ABB, we make sure the reason why it's here. We all need to support this initiative by the NDC government. I'm going to introduce one city. Say Fanka a petrol be a better one. Now this is what they are going to do with it. I'm going to say one city a petrol. It is to fight a day. Do so is to fight a car at the energy sector. So from 20 years ago, aban bian to me kuye. Now we read the annual report on the management of the energy sector levies and accounts. Where you can offer the reading report 2017. Again, I can offer kaye. My main king kind show. Send a bear kwasiebi. Eti baby a on king kaya. Obetia says a Ghana no in yansafo na echichire. Nenya nkemu eni jimi eni echichire Ghana. Now, who read the document now submitted to Parliament by Ken Oforiatta, Finance Minister or Minister of Finance. Date na show no for the year 2017. For the year 2017. 2017, a day na Ken Oforiatta call Parliament ko kachire fa ESLA no. Obeto sa sika no. Did he confirm sana sika no? Sika da ho. Mumianko kan. Now read the document now. This is what it says. Let me enlarge this. Senebeya. You can read this document with me. So I'll read the document now. The executive summary, it says this. This report is prepared in line with Section 6 of the Energy Sector Levies Act 2015, Act 899, as amended Act 946, which requires that the Minister for Finance submits an annual report to Parliament on the management of the levies and accounts established under the Act. Into executive summary now. Emrasha Ken Oforiatta say obeba Parliament na wabe kan akyereye footwo sika dem ene de ye de sika na e wo se ye de ye. In 2017 no Emrasha Ken Oforiatta eye sa embra na ye friend den Levies Act 2015 no Act 899 ɔmo amend ye no ɛbɛyɛ no Act 946 no saa mmara no hyɛ the finance minister yɛ Kenofurata sɛ ɔmbra parliament na ɛsla sika no ɔbɛto yɛ no saa sika no ɔmbɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu deɛ dam ɛne deɛ da hɔ ma Ghana yɛ energy ana yɛ sikasɛm ɛfa ɛyɛ yɛ nyina mu nkaneasɛm. Now read the performance of the levies in 2016 and 2017. Performance of the levies in 2016 and 2017. May read the mum. I say, where Kenofurata Ankasa no asem, where NPP time. I'm over to. This is what they said. This is what Kenofurata said to you Ghanaians. In 2016 and 2017, a total amount of 5.5 million was lodged into the ESLA account out of a total collection of 6.4 million. Now, of the total lodgement, an amount of 4.8 million was utilized. Now, sika 6.4 million, omu using 4 million. Now, the amount is made up of 2 million, let's round it up, 2 million spent on road maintenance. Omo beto esla sika na ekadawa awase de solve dum so. Omo so mo buy do mo use sika mu 2 million. Then omo de omo so mo koye kwan. Omo de maintaining roads. Remember that time we were supposed to build new plants. We were supposed to make sure say the first thing they did omo beto sasika no over 5 million no. What they did was they said omo yimu 2 million at their maintaining roads, road maintenance, and omo yi 2 million. Now they move forward and they said this. I say the National Electrification Program and the provision of public lighting and almost some of the road maintenance and the National Electrification Program and the provision of the public lighting. Now we are also saying 2.8 million they spent towards the clearance of liabilities of energy sector state-owned enterprises. We are also 2.8 million and omudi chia aban dumakua omode de ECG ka omode de ka energy light ka omudi ko light bills. It is the kind of mobile to na a footwa a dawa a was senka yankania some yapasia expande yapasia stop it dumusono instead say omobe checking omo priorities because your scale of preference ya de here ansa na de fata into omo ba na so road maintenance here and omo call de asladim sikana da one was de yankania no ho ban no and omo yi ya wo say 2 million ya da kwa maintenance omo fan kwa kwan o omo so de kwa maintenance. We are almost say 2.8 million. Also, state agencies bid the car light bill. This is money that they came to meet as a political party. This is money NDC Jama. And the MPP was a day. And you don't have to listen to them. Now, Uko Wenima say the reduction in the stock of outstanding liabilities of the SOEs includes payments to VRA creditors, bank or trades creditors in the amount of 1.7 million and payment to TOS editors banks. So almost say yi sikano eco trade light bills toward ye omutia omutia bima bima VRA state enterprise just say just say sikano mo beto ye no de do light bills no mo de ka. In addition to these payments, a total amount of 279 million was transferred into the escrow accounts of ESLA PLC in November and December 2017 towards debt servicing. The Ready Act natural from the beginning. Where Kenofurata Ojina Parliament catcher say, Omuyi eye ESLA sikana awasi the boy and kanya ho ban ya de tia eka ECG de ka see a ton frango near the generating more power. Also, Omu Yisasicano a day, Omu Yisasicano 297 million, Omu de a day, Omu Kuchiaka, a cabin, a cabi a dawa. We could have used other means to pay. No, they had to enter Asla. Sikana ya to me in Chirimasi and Bako in Yamukania, Sadum Somba Bino, MPP by and almost started somebody Chiaka. Now you see where the problem is coming from. Senka MPP build on ESLA Sikamo Betu Yankenenko about 70 billion edaho. You know that. But they didn't do that. What they did was that they entered Asla. Sikana eye MPP NDC jato hono. Omu di sikani nyina. Point 6. Beside this payment, government also supported the pay down of SOE's liabilities from budgetary resources other than the ESLA. They used the money on things that were not, that ESLA did not allow us, or the act did not allow us to use the money on. And you could see, say, the priority, ESLA's priority was changed. NPP changed the priority of ESLA. They decided to create a new priority for Asla. Because the reason why our NDC for ABSA for Tuono was geared towards protecting and maintaining and paying debt of our energy sector. Then bigger things to sustain our energy. And it's not John Mahama NDC for a day. But MPP they changed the focus because they wanted a way to steal that money. Now, look at this. Let me read this part. Performance of the levies in 2017. This is Kenofuriata's statement in 2017. I'm about to Asla no. Esla no. Sikana Oma Seno. Or can wait now Parliament TNT and then Kwasiafo catcher say, "Yeah, the one city Abeka Petro, Tomun TV, the Omoko demonstration." Peace that for one team in church, and this are buying. I didn't do with him no. And Sibion person no. They are intelligent. We need to support them. We GPRT for Jimmy or Wamse. And the auto petrol saying 5 months ago, auto petrol saying, "You may put you shut up. Time your 2 petrol, your 3 petrol. So how long did it take you people to reduce your prices? Munya foolish politics, no." Now let me read this to you. MPP bets in opposition 42 years. When you read this document, performance of the levies in 2017, for the years under review, or for the year under review, a total amount of 2.8 million was lodged into the ESLA account out of a total collection of 3.15 million. The disbursement and utilization amounted to 2.4 million. A breakdown is as follows: 181.7 million in debt recovery for TOR. Almost TOR 1.181 million. So I'm going to and almost say 47 million in downstream foreign exchange under recoveries, and also something they took care of. 91.9 million for the payment of power utility debt. A car when you go for it, it says 21.7 million for premix and RFO subsidy. Almost premisa ye kradebano omudi kutia ekanibia na edaho. When you go to point 8, in addition to these disbursements, 905 million and 23.7 million were transferred to the road fund and energy fund to support road maintenance and the activities of the Energy Commission respectively. Into omuyi 905 million and 23.7 million to the road fund. And now almost because Energy Commission. Into between road fund and the Energy Commission, they spent 905 million and also 23.7 million. So you could see, say, a lot of it went into road maintenance. It's not road construction, it went into road maintenance. Because when you take ESLA money, that's how you could take care of minerals energy commissions issue. I don't have a problem. So how you could a car power utility debt ECG car I don't care. But so that amount of money, a lot of that money into road maintenance. Then I ask you, say, sir, amount of money, road maintenance, road design I will maintain it, because the priority of this fund, Sasika we are NDC Jatu not to pay debts of our energy sector. It wasn't, the priority wasn't road maintenance. Sanka a road construction because why you're crying. Now they also acquire potholes, or they are maintain coin. How do we assess that? Over point 9. The utilization of the levies has contributed to the provision of a more stable power supply for Ghanaians increase access to electricity under the National Electrification Program, and ensure a stable supply of premix and residual fuel oil to fishing communities and industries across the country. Majority of the money went to things that were not a priority to ESLA. Because the reason why ESLA, it wasn't about road maintenance. It wasn't about potholes, patching of potholes. The reason why John Mahama, over free power, or ESLA, Oja over 5 to 6 million gumno, it was for us as Ghanaians to be able to have money there, money sitting to pay for energy debts. A cabin sibia and the MPP ja katuona na yedi tua saka no. So now you see, these are the things we've been talking about. The MPP are quick to make noise because I'm going to say Ghana for Jimmy. Now let me explain something to you. The question here is, where Ghana is now Shemi? Ekufuor free power, not a liter of fuel is 16 Ghana cedis. In 5 months, John Mahama moved about 12. That's fine. Now the question here is, you're the one city out to petrol, so send a car at Dahon because Abane Dinkan State Yachro. Abane say, Sa one city order to petrol so is to fight the doom so. Then I did so ba a car NPP Jato ho ya DECG car billions. Now the question to the MPP then they say, Abana or Tesuna one MPP di omoko share IMF program wa yenyan free muno. Abina etosana right now it is trying to create revenue to pay off a car MPP down. The question to the MPP is say, how do you expect the government to raise this money? Because a kana down say yanko a kana be mene ye kana ni be dum kodoto. It is say Abina say we tomati petrol so from 16 at about 12. Now so or the one city at to petrol this one, which is less than how much we're paying before. The question is, Abino so why way na say why am Ghana for and contribute a city to the petrol to fight a car a die sisia ama sebio ye nyina munkania enhye engine so a bibusa MPP for say ehina binding kofaska, because you cannot use debt to pay debt. Now the reason why I'm saying is untimi for a car into a car and they say and no na ya for years and a car at the ECG into. Now somebody will say the government should borrow domestic, and I say abana embo besia ofie, and I say abana enkwa brochire ko besia, and that has been the argument of the MPP. Aden abana embo besia emfa entia aden oje one city free Ghana ni bi obeto petrol ho. Remember Ghana ni bi obeto petrol inta de ntina abana enko besia. Now let me break this down to you. The reason why the decision at MDC taking here the best decision in the history of Ghana no any. Say aban kwa bontini ko besia. Remember, say aban kwa bontini ko besia 10 billion cedis. In the space of 3 years, we will pay about 3 billion as interest on that loan. Say aban ji besia wo fie in a space of about a year or two. Say besia ne beji fie no. This same government will have to do what? Pay the interest of that besia. Now, so what they cut 10 billion. Now kwa bontri ko besia 10 billion. Now the befie ebetua ayedie 10 billion kano. Na sa besia na ko boy no ehun si wono ebe 3 billion. You are still fighting debt. That means that problem you wanted to solve, you cannot solve it. It is for NPP even to suggest to say the government should go out and borrow. No, the NPP is not thinking intelligently. Now, what the government is doing now, and they say, the government does not want to incur more debt. Because one, we are even in an IMF program. It's right now, no, a car at that Ghana, so a car ya de. Aban went to me sorry and san koboka and kobo besia and found beto Ghana in the so and my interest for the next 10 years. So the government is saying, so we're to me at the petrol so from 16 abedu 12. It is very important to say, yeah, the one city better so send your beya sa one city no ye yi sa sika ni nyina e ka MPP jano ho no ye betu media kosaka no without paying interest, meaning we will be fighting a Canada hono, and we will not be incurring debts. The most dangerous thing I hear over the years as a nation, and I say, we have always used debts to fight debts. And majority of the people who sit on radio and TV and talk to us, say, "Oh, me economists, you know." Most of them are not intelligent enough to know, say, Saudi eka etuya ka ultimate tuya kani wieda. And at all force in the NDC, John Mahama say, I will break it that jinx. What they want to do is say, right now, your what space kakra, petrol no abba form no. Say, the one city to swa, sa sikani a year, a Canada or the betu biaku, abra, young kobo besian fam betu or mine so, any or my young woman so. Into right now, no, John Mahama's government is avoiding borrowing to, at the end of the day, burden the ordinary Ghanaian. Because the reason is, say John Mahama buy no kwa bontene, na so mo kobo besia, no mo betua e Canada hona. What is going to happen is say, sa besia ni interest no, ya the sa interest no be to Ghana for so. That means say in the year or two or in the next few weeks, we need to increase taxes. It is going to be tax increment because sa e Canada hono, sa interest no one intia. So what you will see they say, so man your way now. Every single day, taxes will be going up. More taxes will be added. Now you'll be asking, are they not buying the taxes to so? All because we have failed to take responsibility. Inti John Mahama mo pese obu break that jinx no. Send your beya abino and sound kwa bontine because a canon kofo ejatu wono. So kwa bontine kwa jebesia e the interest ba e the nsiwo e the nsiwo ba. Sa nsiwo no sa wutua e ka de wo fie na sa nsiwo na beda na e ka da wo so. Inti for us to prevent this, for Ghana to move forward without having this problem, no. Yanfa one city and two petrol so because one city required two petrol so now. Sa 16 na ekufu ado edge no endru ho. Enti when the beka say aban ebu no, e kire obi a why na adwene say on person obedi no kura say bi onim nyansa. Because at the end of the day, until you prove to me say John Mahama ebona o share Ghana for say oba obeti petrol so no wanye. John Mahama ebona o share Ghana for say oba obeti petrol so no say bi sa petrol no wante so wate so. Na se say John Mahama what so akodu point bi who say we will need $1 more, one more a city, one Ghana city to try and pay the debt at MPP for we jato ho. So why not say NDC abanyebu no? Because the question here is Sanka John Mahama anti petrol so and an K 16 and a John Mahama car say they say you better petrol at the one city back to so if you say car MPP jato ho no I will see a tia then and Kabeka say John Mahama ya obaya we demand petrol so osaba ya wasade one city abeka ho intesi no MPP cry a chair NDC if you say na NDC MPP abreso no near top petrol 16 a liter and they are told 17 but as we speak today MPP abreso no near top petrol no dey 16 and they are told 12 intesi na amanse for one city to so na yemfa ntua ka no abra yenkobo besia abontina na safie na emfa insihumba ma yentua emma more taxes mbra. Why are you not understanding this simple thing? Actually, nipa na ochechire mu chiro no wajimi. A politics na MPP for them oye. The MPP as a political party no omu wajimi. Omu ni munyansa. You see, they have always played on the conscience of their followers because omu mudodo no. Sa nipa dodo a omu di edien, omu di MPP chino, they don't read. Omu nkenkan. And it's they have a problem with me. They have a problem with this platform. They have a problem with the people who speak on my TV because omunim say any aba ya be Ghana for ehu no kure no in the same way Ghana ni na say o ka say o man way e be de na Africa mu e be de na ka da ho and the aban say ye pese ye stop dum so e ka e da ho from tete ayentumi nkuntina de bia dum so ho e energy a yentumi enye den en sustain yentumi tua ye ka aban say de e be ne say ye the one city e beto e de petrol so ne petrol ne eto ne no ye nto ne say time MPP also inti problem ni ho aban say sa one city no ene na obeyi e de tua ka na eyi efiri ho se na be ya me ne wo ye ho be hinhan aban say onkwa abontene enkobo besia efiri so okobo besia e de nsi ho beba e sa de ka ba beto ye so inti akoje 10 million ye de betua ECG kana sa nsi ho na ka no ho de betua aban will be forced to bring more taxes. John Mahama answer sa bono Okache Ghana for say he is not going to impose some nuisance tax on Ghanaians. So he's going to be there prudent. He's going to be very tactical in the way he solves Ghana for debt. And then from the beginning of this show, the catcher will say, and at the beginning of this editorial, me say, so what if you na ufie ura or 1,000 Ghana a month? Say, and na utia as rent. Na so ufie ura ne fro, no catcher will say akusi. To see I mean 1,000 Ghana bill. Sa 1,000 Ghana na utia na yetumi cleaning o toilet, yetumi epra fie ho, yetumi de maintain fie no. Sa 1,000 Ghana no menji bi. Te see me if you ra me pese me 500 Ghana. Na mom also utia 200 Ghana, ye de be sa maintenance no. Obeka se if you ra na bu, anase if you ra no anyway din ye. This is how we have to reason. And this is how the conversation is. It's simple and basic. Yentumi man kwasiafo bi tena TV so. Brofo tantan bi omokosia. Adada bi omudada. Nipa bi a because omo free power nti omo pega na ye. The NPP are not intelligent. Sankomo nyansa we a anka omo apply nyansa we when they were in power. Sanka NPP for no nyansa anka time na more power no. They could have applied this common sense. They could not apply it. That is why today they are opposing it. Into Tiomo Kasema, I say Jimmy for listen to the NPP. Tiomo.
We call on the government to immediately withdraw or reduce this predatory levy and instead focus on genuine reforms to improve the efficiency and transparency of the energy sector. I urge all Ghanaians to join us in opposing this unjust and economically devastating tax at all that his government has forced on us. Now, the minority in the coming days, in solidarity with the Ghanaian people, will be staging a number of actions to demand the withdrawal or the reversal of this tax. We consider it draconian, we consider it as insensitive, and we consider it as an action that depicts of a government that is out of touch with the people of this country, having barely been in office for 6 months. This is a disgrace. So we, as part of the series of actions, we are going to engage the Ghanaian people, and then we are going to engage transport owners in the open, and then from there it will result in, because their actions, we are fighting on their behalf. We don't have power of our own, we represent our people. So our MPs will go to their constituencies and have a discussion with them that this is the taxes that they are going to pay. Taxes that has been introduced by the government of the day. And then we'll pick their input. Based on their input, that will inform our action. I can tell you on authority that demonstration is just...
This is the silliness of the NPP. These were the same people who sat in parliament and say, who pay, you pay, you pass E-Levy. And then the people's problem are their problem. Me say omu MPP for followers this omu Jimmy. These were the same people you fought in parliament to stop them from passing E-Levy. Mumusa MPP for say E-Levy no more passing, you know. How much did we generate and what did the E-Levy proceeds, what did it do for us?